Okay, so I'm going to talk about I'm going to be opening the, I don't remember which version it is. It's one of the Acoustic CDs. I do have all of them. It has the Alone in My Tower and the Now You're Home versions of The Fate of Ophelia and Eldest Daughter. I'm probably only going to film this one today. Actually, I'm going to take it out of the wrapping so that it stops reflecting light. Again, as with all of my CD opening videos, it's going to get taken out of the shot and I'm going to bite it open with my teeth because that's the only way to open one of these. Okay, that was relatively quick. I might find something else for this to sit on. I don't think I can. I don't think I have anything. Okay, so this I think is the Alone in My Tower version. I really love. I like the CD actually. It's very Christmassy. I've had a lot of people suggesting that she might release an Opalite Christmas edition. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it's not got a booklet in it. However, it does have an extra image. Now, my issue with a lot of these CDs has been the CD booklet, because there was a different front cover for each one. Sorry, because there's been a different front cover for each one, but there haven't been any other images that have changed between the different editions of the CD, and I don't like that. I think that's sad. She's clearly done so many photo shoots for this album. I would love to see so many more of the photos actually in the CD booklet. Now this isn't an extra image, but I do like that she's got the album cover version of the image and then the sort of the image itself on the back. I like that a lot. I liked in the deluxe edition that had the photo cards. They had the images on one side and then they had a different sort of version of the image that had sort of the shards that it's got around the edges. You can see in all of the corners it's got the shards, and then she's got her lips here, and they were in the photo cards, and I like that. I think that's a good idea. But again, I would have liked to have seen more different photos. I really like this dress and her as Ophelia. It really reminds me of Debut, and I love her hair in this. I love her with a fringe. I know a lot of people don't like the fringe. I think I love the fringe. I think the fringe is great. I'm going to pop that back. In the CD case. I'm really happy with that. Yeah. She has since come out with digital editions that have, voice memos and things, and I really wish, if she was going to do CD collections and digital collections, I wish the CD collections had, everything. I will read the poem. I've read the poem. Every time I've done one of these, I'll read it again. Coffee, stretch, piano keys, vocal warm-ups in the locker room shower, eyelash glue, a photo of him in the mirror, sweat and vanilla perfume, the cracking of joints and the distant beat of a drum, the curtain call, the monotonous thrill of it all, Plan it out so it doesn't look planned. 10 different backup plans if you're red bottom heel breaks, you will keep strutting, balancing on the balls of your blistered feet. Know your exits, shoulders back. Something about her eyes. Again, one of my criticisms that I've had with this is she knew this was going to be in a CD, or someone knew this was going to be in a CD, and they've got this your little CD button blocking some of the text of the poems, and I find that really annoying. Eyes. Yeah, I don't know what that word is. Hit your marks, your winks, sparks. Tell them a story like it's an intimate dinner party. Their expressions like mood rings. Isn't it all so majestic? Of course it is. It's a lot of other things too. Tonight all these lines converge here. Tonight all these lives converge here. The mosaics of laughter and cocktails of tears, where fraternal souls sing identical things, and it's beautiful, it's rapturous, it's frightening. It's worth everything it has cost you, and even at your darkest or drunkest, you wouldn't say any different, would you? You would choose all of it again, no matter how the story ends. With the ugliest booze or the loveliest bouquet, they say that love is a choice you make every single day, and that is how you love the life of a showgirl. Having listened to the album, I think that there's a couple of lines in here, one particular line. It's worth everything it's cost you, and even at your darkest or drunkest, you wouldn't say any different, would you? You would choose all of it again, that little bit at the end. Reminds me of that moment where she says, I would trade the Cartier for someone to trust. Just kidding. I think a lot more of this album than people seem to have been talking about is about her career rather than her love life. Anyway. I'm going to just pop that in there and close that up. Okay. Now, what I've got here is my Torture Poets Department notebook. Now I really am going to have to move the camera. Now I've got a sheet of paper here that I've just put there in case any of the pen soaks through, because what I want to do is go over the lyrics of The Fate of Ophelia and Eldest Daughter. Sorry, that probably sounded really bad for you. The Fate of Ophelia and Eldest Daughter, because I think it's worth going through the lyrics and taking a look at the songs that she's paired together for the acoustic versions, because I think she has released an all-digital version that has every acoustic version, and I think it's worth paying attention to the ones that she's chosen to pair together. So I'm going to write out the lyrics to The Fate of Ophelia. Now, I don't know how differently this will look for you, but I have a blue pen and a black pen, so it will be different for me, but I don't know how good the camera is. Wait. It's just occurred to me that I don't know how much space I have. I just won't go over that line because I'm going to write them out next to each other. I heard you calling on the megaphone. As legend has it, you are quite the pyro. I like that line. It's a little bit silly. You light the match to watch it blow. And if you'd never come for me, I might have drowned in the melancholy. Melancholy has an H in it, doesn't it? What was I doing? I swore my loyalty to me, myself and I, right before you lit my sky up. Loyalty to me, myself and I. I have to say, until I looked up the lyrics, I just thought it was lit my sky, and I thought that it extended just sky eye, not like sky, not sky up. All that time. It's much harder to remember the lyrics when you weren't singing the melody, you were just honing the power. I'm sorry, my writing is not entirely legible. Now I can see it all. I was hoping I'd get the whole song on one page, and I'm now realizing that may be impossible. Late one night. I say impossible. It would be possible if I had chosen to write it a little bit smaller. You duck. Oops. It's not you, it's just where the hell you've been. Because now you're mine. Okay, it's getting harder to write because my hand's getting harder to where I've propped up the camera. And frankly, my handwriting's not great at the best of times. Almost feels like I should capitalize fate. Now this is why I did this video like this and didn't just show the unboxing like I did with the others, because I wanted to talk about the eldest daughter of a nobleman. I've seen a lot of criticism about specifically this verse in which she describes Ophelia. But I think it's really interesting that the beginning of her description of Ophelia is the eldest daughter of a nobleman who lived in fantasy. And so much of Taylor Swift's discography is fantasy. I mean, think about folklore, or the line in Evermore about folklore, I turned your life, my mind turned your life into folklore. And then think about the whole of the secret gardens of my mind from, now I can't remember the name of the song, but you know what I'm talking about. But love was a gold that, is that a difference? It's not a difference. Scorpions is another one that she's mentioned a lot. I might not do eldest daughter down here. I might just do slight kind of analysis. Lingered. You wrap around me like a chain, a crown, a vine. Going to show you what's on the other side of this letter, because even though I don't think there's anything identifying on it, it did come from the hospital. I started this YouTube channel and I've really struggled with keeping up videos, and at least for the last sort of couple of weeks I've had something of an excuse for change. the bracket 2 gene. It's really hard to talk and write at the same time because I'm really tempted to write the words that I'm saying. Now let's see. All that time I said on my tower, you just hung your powers. Now I can see it all. Late one night you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been, cause now you're mine. It's about to be the sleepless night. You've been dreaming of the fate of Ophelia. Okay, so both the choruses are the same, which I did think was the case, but at the same time I had to check. Best to check, I think. Okay. Interesting that she said that she hadn't reread Hamlet before writing this. Just looked inside. Because this is almost an exact quote from Hamlet and not one of the more famous ones. And only you possess the key. And again, this is another reference to the secret gardens and the key. And of course, all of the promotion for this album had the locks and the keys and the reference to the Eras Tour stage. Okay, I don't know how much my camera has recorded and when it stopped recording, but I only noticed when my camera turned off, so you may have seen most of this, or you may have seen very little. I have no recollection. Okay, locked inside my memory. And only you possess the key, no longer drowning in deceit, all because you came for me. Now, is that just the same as the other chorus? All that time I suffered with your power, you were just humming your powers. Now I can see it all. Late one night you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been, cause now you're mine. It's about to be the sleepless night. Been dreaming of the fate. What's here? You saved my heart. Okay. Now the question is, should I write out eldest daughter, or should I go through the fate of Ophelia? I'm going to go through the fate of Ophelia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it back up, stick this here to just stop any spread of the ink. The first page is slightly thicker than the rest, so it should be minimal if there is any spread of the ink, but this is a nice pen, so hang on a second, is that on the camera lens? That is what's on the camera lens. Have you been blurry this whole time? Oh, that's such a shame. Never mind. Okay. I'm really sorry. Actually, to be honest, I find that a little bit of an ASMR trigger. All of this nonsense. So, if that's good for you, I'm just gonna keep trying to clean my lens. Is that better? Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. specifically want to talk about, I guess, as I'm looking at it, I'm looking legend and I'm thinking folklore. As I'm looking at the megaphone, I'm looking at the director and the multiple tailors. In the music video for The Fate of Ophelia, the person calling on the megaphone is not a partner or a lover. It's some kind of maybe I don't know, stage manager or director, someone on the set of, and it's specifically a woman, which I think is specific. It's specifically saying this isn't Travis, right? This isn't the boyfriend. It's specifically someone who has power and control on a set and is a woman, and I think that is probably an indication that it's a reference to the kind of this idea of the two versions of Taylor, the one that's behind the scenes and the one that's acting everything out. And I think that's a pretty big indicator right from the start that even though I think a lot of people have thought I Heard You Calling on the Megaphone is a reference to Travis slash friendship bracelets, I think it's more likely to be this one than that one. But I do think that she does tend to leave multiple interpretations available. But again, Pyro and Drowned, I'm going to link those together, and I'm specifically going to reference the Fortnite blue and orange, and then the Anti-Hero music video, the something else that occurs to me is it the Willow music video or the Cardigan music video where she's drowning piano? I can't remember which one that is, which music video that is, so I'm just gonna leave that blank for the time being and just put MV for music video. Swore my loyalty, father figure, right before you lit my sky up. All that time I sat alone in my tower. Cassandra, Prophecy, which I think are two songs that are very heavily linked together. Honing Your Power, Anti-Hero, Dug Me Out of My Grave. Now see, that to me, Look What You Made Me Do, Eras and Rebirth, Saved My Heart, not specifically saved her heart from the fate of Ophelia, which obviously the fate of Ophelia is drowning. Sleepless night. Okay, so that is midnights you've been dreaming of. To me, dreaming in Fate of Ophelia, a lot of that is very heavily in reference to I hate it here. I hate it here. Okay. The eldest daughter. Now, this is why I wanted to do this. I am going to go through eldest daughter a little bit separately. Things that I think are interesting is First Lamb to the Slaughter, and I think there's a line that a lot of people have been pointing out as being very cringe, which is, so we all dressed up as wolves and we looked fire, and again, that's a hard line. It feels bad and it sounds bad and it feels cringe. I think she is intelligent enough that if there weren't something more that she probably wanted people to pay attention to with that line, she probably would have used something else. I think it would have been very easy to find something else to put something there, because she's definitely a good enough writer. And I can't imagine it was laziness, because she cares a lot about her work. There's also mention of traitors, which I think traitors gives... I'm thinking madwoman at the moment, but I don't think that is what I'm actually thinking of. I think I'm thinking of you're on your own kid, but I'm just linking it to madwoman because of the connotations and the implications of madwoman. I think I'm thinking of so many traitors reminds me of madwoman, and then smooth operators reminds me of you're on your own kid, but I think both should probably be reminding me of sweet nothing. I am really bad with names, and I get the names of her songs mixed up all the time, and I struggle to remember lyrics if I'm not singing to the tune, and it's not great for this. All of Eldest Daughter really reminds me of White Horse, but again, I will leave that for when I go through Eldest Daughter. Right, fantasy. Go back to I hate it here, I hate it here. I'm going to say Secret Gardens in my mind. Gardens in my mind. Alright, again, scorpions. Scorpions are mad woman. Does a scorpion sting while fighting back? And they are also, I think it's Cassandra. It's not Cassandra, is it? Which one's scorpions? Is it the prophecy? I don't remember. Scorpions. It's got to be Cassandra, surely. Give me just a second. I'm gonna find that website that is like the Taylor Swift lyrics search website, and I'm gonna search for Scorpion. It's just Mad Woman. But it reminds me so much of Cassandra. I think Bed Full of Scorpions reminds me of Cell of Snakes. It's not the same, and yeah, it's not the same. But again, Sanity is Mad Woman. There's been a lot of reference to Insanity, Mad Woman / Fortnite. Yeah. Lingered in Purgatory. The Karma music video. That's what that reminds me of. You wrap around me like a chain, a chain, crown, a vine. Now that to me is giving peace. Peace. Hello, can you see? Are you willing to see? Look with your eyes, please. Okay. And Ivy. Crown is... She has a lot of references to kingdom, castle, metaphor, generally speaking. So that would be anything from King of My Heart to Long Live and Castles Crumbling, and any of those songs that are generally speaking about her career and the idea of they took the crown but it's all right. The keys to the castle. I didn't like your kingdom keys, they once belonged to me. Any kind of metaphor to do with the castle that's about her career and about her music. Pulling me into the fire. And again, that to me is giving the distinction between the two Taylors. Pulled against her will, I think. Because locked inside my memory. I can't remember what the exact quote is, but I will look that up. And only you possess the key. It's in my memory locked. You yourself shall keep the key of it. believe Laertes. Yeah, so that is Laertes, Ophelia's brother, not Hamlet. Or rather, sorry, it's two Laertes, not by. I should have. Sorry, I didn't notice I'd written that. I was reading. Only you possess the key. Again. Here's towards stage. Orange and other doors in promotion, and then we've got right back to I Hate It Here with Secret Gardens in My Mind. People need a key to get to. People need a key to get to. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me, locked inside my memory. You saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Right, I am going to leave that where it is, because it is 11:15, and I've sort of commandeered the table for this, and my dad's going to be home soon, and he's going to want a little bit of space, so just like any amount of space. Yeah, anyway, I will do Eldest Daughter another day, and probably go into more detail on the fate of Ophelia.